Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. It's me, Omni Shallot, SSJ4 Shallot. Reached another subscriber goal and I changed my name. I'm gonna restart the transformations. This time going from SSJ4 to Omni or King once more. Today guys, I have some sad news. I will be taking a break from the channel. This will be my last upload of 2019. School's coming up, I have exams culminating. It's just gonna get harder from there, and I need to put all my attention on that. So, I'm gonna give you guys what you wanted. A special. What if Deku was an immortal Saiyan? The special. I'm gonna give you all the closure that you wanted with the MHA world. Let us start. During the 5 years, Deku thought to himself how everybody was doing in Japan, and he decided to go back to see them once more to bring some closure and see how they were doing, if they still needed him at all, if even. He went back to where it all began. He saw his best friend Bakugo right when he came back. And Bakugo was standing at the memorial of the man we all know and love, All Might. It was a big statue. Deku was there at All Might's funeral. And he went to say hello. Bakugo turned around. And then he saw Deku and he's like, "Who are you? Do I look like I know you? You're not my friend. Who are you? Tell me right now." And Deku morphed himself back a bit into his black hair. Into the hair that Bakugo knew who it was. And Deku said, "Bakugo, don't you remember me?" And Bakugo, with tears streaming down his eyes, he says, "Deku, you nerd, where have you been for so long? Uraraka, she died." What? Yeah. When you left, all of a sudden, she thought she wasn't good enough for you. That's why you left. So, when she became a hero, she tried too hard and her heart gave out. What? Really? Yes. I still blame you to this day for leaving her, for not giving any closure that she needed. Man, and I thought I actually had a chance. Well, I could try to turn back time, Bakugo. No, that's not good enough. You could turn back time, you could make her alive again, but what are you gonna do after that? She may still go after you. She still may like you. What are you gonna do about that? But Deku couldn't say anything. He's like, I don't know, Bakugo. I don't know. Exactly, you don't know, Deku. Maybe when you do, maybe then we could actually be on equal terms once more. Okay, Warzone. Thank you. The SSB hero, Deku. Deku was feeling somber, sad as he walked down that road, thinking to himself what he has done. What good has he brought and what bad has he left behind? After that incident, Deku stopped living on Earth. In Japan, he left and he lived in the DBZ. He lived where he knew that he could handle the power and nobody else around him would get hurt because of it. So Deku once more went back and he went to the graveyard. He saw his mom and he cried. He started crying like he'd never cried before. his dad was getting old, and he knew his dad would want to be buried next to his mother. And he knew his dad would not want to be turned young once more. And he tried to prepare himself every day mentally for what was going to happen, but he never could. So doing what he knew only best, he made some flowers out of the air and put them down on his mother's grave. And then on the left was an empty space, but on the right was a name he had never seen in such a long time. Ochaka Uraraka. Hero name Uraraka. Cause heart attack. And he saw that. And then tears, without knowing, came down his face. And he wondered to himself what he has done once more. He went down and and then he went down on his knees. And he thought, will she ever forgive me? Maybe I should turn back time. Maybe give her the closure she needed in the way that anyone else would. So Deku, seeking to change the past once more, turns back time itself. He turns his body back to when he was just 16 years old. Maybe 17 at best. Before he left for space. He goes and he sees Uraraka is right there. She and him are still dating. And he knew at this time that he should give her closure. So he went up to her and tried to stay with the straightest face he ever could muster. He went to her and said, "Hey Uraraka." "Yes, Deku. I think we should see other people." And Uraraka says, "What do you mean? Why?" Deku says, "I think that, it's not just gonna work out for us. I think I need to change and that you deserve someone better. And no, I don't care what you have to say. We both need to find other people. It's not your fault, it's mine. It's all my fault. I like someone else. I'm sorry. Want to tell you this in the straightest way I ever could. So, Uraraka, I would like to just say goodbye. Because I'm going somewhere you can never reach. Somewhere you will never find me. So I hope you live on happily." And Uraraka, with tears streaming down her face, accepts it and said, "Yes, Deku, I will. Thank you." She hugs him, and then they both part their ways. And Deku, time has run out. But he keeps it still going, because he wants to see his mentor, All Might, once more, before he goes back to the present. He goes to All Might and says, "Hey All Might, how are you doing?" "I'm doing great, Deku. Where's your father, Charlotte?" "Oh, he's gonna be here soon. I would just like to say that you are the best teacher I've ever had, All Might. And that I know your time is coming close. I know that you give one for all. And I hope that you pass on with peace." And All Might, he's like, "Come on, kid, you're making me sound way too old." And Deccan's like, "Not old to me, All Might." And then All Might says, "Thank you, Deku." And then time starts going forward, and Deku is seeing what he has done change the events of the past to the present. Uraraka got along with Bakugo, and after a few days when they reached the hero time, they got together. They had children. Big family. Bakugo was the happiest that Deku has ever seen in his life. So was Uraraka, and Deku knew he made the right choice. So, with the heavy heart, he also saw the passing of his mentor, his best friend and father figure, All Might, in front of his eyes. How he died a gruesome death against Shigaraki. And Deku knew that he had to stop at this point and take care of Shigaraki. So he stopped at this point. After All Might died, Deku showed up. Everybody saw this. They just didn't know that why did he show up in the first place. He went towards Shigaraki and charging up a ki blast in his hand said, "You fool, you have turned on the wrath of the gods," and fired a yellow beam straight from his hand, piercing Shigaraki in the chest, expelling him from his life, and killing him in front of all the League of Villains. Chisaki was long gone. Chisaki saw this, and Deku knew he had to wipe out all the villains before anything bad could happen. So he got Chisaki, grabbed him, and crushed his throat. Mirio still lost his powers, but he still had one for all. So he never lost against Chisaki, and actually beat him. And Chisaki was seeking revenge, but since Deku was not there, events had changed. Aizawa was injured a lot. Kirishima and everybody grew up. Since I don't have enough info of Season 4, I cannot give you a good ending for that arc. Then, Deku saw every girl, every guy, every person he ever met once he changed his future. And when he went, now it's present time. Deku is walking, and he sees a man looking happy with a nice beard, goatee, spiky yellow hair. Next to him is someone wearing brown. And Deku knew that he made the right choice. And he saw this kid. They were all 55-year-olds, all of them. And they saw this kid who was 20, had a mix of brownish, yellowish hair, who was tall and had what looked like pyrokinesis. Basically, she can control fire with gravity. And Deku was happy. Tears streaming down his face, he went down to Bakugo and Uraraka. And he said, "Hey guys, how are you doing?" Bakugo turned around and he saw Deku. And tears started streaming down his face. So did Uraraka. And they both gave him a hug. And Bakugo said, "Why are you all crying? Come here and meet your nephew." And even crying even harder, Deku went to the girl and gave her a hug. The girl did not know who he was, but she felt who he was. And knew that somehow she knew him, and he knew her. And guys, Deku was staring at the memorial. They all called his classmates, his former classmates, his friends, all came. And he had the best week of his life. He told them he could only be here for a week and he had to go back. And Bakugo wanted to test out Deku once more. He wanted to have that friendly battle. But Deku said, "Why don't we let everyone in?" So every guy around them who was married, who was together with someone, all of them and their children, Deku said, "Remember how you had to get past me to get into UA? Well, now you guys are gonna have to do it again. See, I want to see how strong you guys have all gotten." Ida rushed in right away and attacked Deku. Deku dodged it using his superior reflexes. Deku was in base form right now, and he was fighting off everybody around him. This kid with mini turbo legs came and did a reciprocal burst into Deku's leg. He fell down. Bakugo came and punched him in the face. Then his daughter, Bakugo and Uraraka. What kind of name should I make? Mitsuki, that's her name. Like his mother's name before him, he called her that. Mitsuki Bakugo. And she came, surrounded Deku in this blazing lava fire. And Deku, started laughing. And everybody started getting off of him. And then they saw his glare in his head. He said, "You wanna go? You wanna go? Kaioken!" And he started beating them all up, trying not to hit them that hard, but he started beating them. And then, after 15 minutes of fighting, He beat all of them in his Kaioken. We all know his power level was really high at the beginning, so he went a bit lower, but went up and up. He actually used 15% of his power against these guys, which he thought was an achievement. And he said, "You guys are all great heroes. It was great knowing you and living with you guys. Until next time." Actually, no. After this, you guys may never see me again. You guys, I may not be alive then. But I just want you to know that I still hold a place for all of you in my heart. And they all said the same to him. Deku, with a bit of tears streaming down his face, went... He went to everyone. He gave him a hug. He high-fived, bro-fisted each of them. And he left and he said, "Sayonara, guys. It was great seeing you." And Deku, with a heavy heart, turned around, put 2 fingers to his head, and said, "Take me to my palace." And he, zoom, went away to his palace. And yeah, guys, that was the conclusion that you all wanted. That's a closure you wanted on what happened. I may not have given all the details. I may have skipped a few things. But I did. I ended it with what I thought was right. What I thought was good. If you guys don't like it, don't forget. I will be back. I will be back. You guys better bet on it. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be back. And I'm getting back with the best videos you have ever seen. When that culminating is over, when that exam is over, you guys are gonna be blown away with the ideas I have. And then we will reach 750 together as one big YouTube family. This is Omni Shallot out of here.